Please join me in welcoming Secretary of Commerce Penny Pritzker.
Thank you, Ellen, and thanks to the U.S.-China Business Council and the National Committee for U.S.-China Relations for the work that you have done to build bridges for our two nations. It's a pleasure to be with so many distinguished guests from the United States and from China. I enjoyed the candid and constructive discussions that we concluded as part of the strategic and economic dialogue. I believe that we set a positive tone for bilateral engagement as President Xi and President Obama begin their new administrations. This was one of my, as Ellen said, one of my first major activities as Commerce Secretary, and I thoroughly enjoyed the opportunity to begin developing personal relationships with distinguished members of the Chinese delegation, including Vice Premier Wang and Ministers Gao, Liu, and Wang. In recent years, the U.S.-China relationship has contributed much to global economic growth. This relationship will only grow stronger and more important in the years ahead. Therefore, we have an important responsibility to carefully manage and strengthen our commercial and economic ties. I was a business leader for 27 years until just 2 weeks ago, in fact, and that experience has given me a certain perspective. I believe that we must focus on direct, pragmatic, goal-oriented, and mutually beneficial outcomes. We must build on the positive outcomes that we achieve today in important areas, such as simplifying foreign investment approvals, improving transparency, and strengthening protection and enforcement of intellectual property rights. In addition, we have to be clear and forthcoming in raising concerns that we learn from our business communities, as we both did today at the CEO Roundtable comprised of government and business leaders from both of our countries. Overall, we want to send a powerful signal to the world of enhanced cooperation between our two nations as we uncover and advance common interests. And to do that, we must build trust and be able to speak frankly to each other, which we have done this week. If we continue on this path of dialogue and cooperation, we can unleash our full potential and achieve our shared vision of more trade, more investment, and more prosperity for people in both of our nations. As Commerce Secretary, I'm committed to that approach. We must move forward with the progress we made these past 2 days, as well as the progress that we're making through the China Joint Commission on Commerce and Trade, which I look forward to co-chairing on the U.S. side with Ambassador Froman later this year. In addition, I am committed to working and hearing from business leaders in both countries, including those who are here today, it is business leaders who often provide the most valuable ideas and suggestions for strengthening our ties. The economic foundation of our bilateral relationship will continue to grow if we nourish free and fair trade, governed by transparent laws and regulation. As China renews its commitment to economic reform, the United States looks forward to great expectations to achievements for the mutual benefit of our economies, enterprises, and workers. So before I close, I'd like to add a few words about a project here in Washington, D.C. that I know many people in this room care deeply about. I'm delighted that plans are moving forward to complete the China Garden in the U.S. National Arboretum. The garden will be a symbol of friendship and goodwill between the people of the United States and China. And I understand Secretary Vilsack plans to make additional comments about the China Garden later this evening, so I won't steal his thunder. But Again, please allow me to express my respect and deep admiration for the strong and wise leadership of Vice Premier Wang, Ministers Gao, Liu, and Wan, and the professionalism and dedication of the Chinese delegation, which have helped to ensure the success of our meetings. So thank you very much. Enjoy the evening.